Hello YouTube, welcome to Curious Me channel. This is Shabazz Khan and in this video we will learn about views. Now this video is continuation from our previous video and the link to those videos are in the description and in the tabs here. So let's start with where we left off and as you can see here, so when we tried to open our blog controller and when we tried to go to the blog route, we got this error and this error said the view index was not found. Okay, which means that we have yet to declare view for this specific controller. So let's start from here. Okay, and let's understand what are views first. For that, let's head to our application. So let me quickly open Visual Studio. Now in this Visual Studio, we know that views are inside the views folder and the views are inside specific controller name without the controller prefix. Okay, sorry, postfix or suffix. Anyways, so let's open any of these views, and as you can see, the views, they have an extension of CS_HTML, which means C# HTML, and it literally means this HTML is mixture of both HTML and some C# code. Okay, this is a very basic explanation of views and the extension, that is CS_HTML. Okay, now let's head back to now this HTML and this C# code, it makes it collectively known as Razor markup. This entire code is converted into a web page by the Razor engine. Okay, now if you remember from PHP, we used to in PHP we can directly write code and PHP code both in the same page, right? It's something like that. So what happens is when this when the Razor engine parses this, it takes the C# code and then compiles it into what kind of HTML you want, and then it creates an HTML and it sends that HTML to the UI. That's it. Now when we went to this route, okay, when we returned this view, our view discovery mechanism looks for the view in a specific order. So let's head back to our browser, and here we can see that our browser tried to find the view first inside views folder, then it tried to go inside the blog folder, and then it tried to find the view with the name index. Okay, and once it was not found in this location, then it tried to go to views, shared, and try to find index. There also it didn't find any and it threw an exception. So by default, what happens is when the view discovery, when you return a view, the view discovery mechanism goes directly inside this views folder, and once it is inside the views folder, it tries to find the folder with the same name as the controller without the controller's prefix. So as you can see, there is no blog folder. Okay, so it tried to do the second default thing, and the second default is when you do not find this blog folder, go inside the shared. It went inside the shared and then try to find the name of the view with the same name as the index, and you can see there is nothing. Okay, so let's revise this again. The default mechanism is to always look inside the folder views, and inside the views go to the folder with the same name as the controller name without the controller suffix. Okay, and then once you are in there, try to find the view with the name of the action from which we are calling the view. That's the default. If this is not found, then go inside the shared folder and then try to find the view with the same name as the action. Okay, so this is the default view ordering. Okay, so let's go ahead and quickly create our blog folder. Done. So now we have created our blog folder. Inside that blog folder, let's go ahead and create an index. Okay, simple. So this view name should be same as the name of the action from which we are calling this view. So let's name it index.CS_HTML. Okay, that's it, done. Now for now, let's write something. Blog index. That's it. Okay, once this is done, and we have done no other code changes, I just added this blog and then the view with the same name as the action. That's it. Let's stop this. Let's rerun our application. Now our application is running. Let us quickly open this and let us refresh this. The moment you refresh it, you will see that our view is being loaded. Okay, so this is how you return a view. Now let me remove this data for now because we are not using data inside this. So that is done. Okay. Now you say, oh, hey, I don't want this default view. I want to pass which view I choose. I want to choose my view. That is also possible. So how? Let me just quickly create another index CSH, and let's call this another index.cshtml. Okay. Now by default, it will always go inside this folder. This return view, the view discovery will mechanism will always go inside this block controller, because we are calling this view from the block controller. It will always go inside this block controller. Okay. Now from here, what I'll do is I'll tell this view to pick up another index. That's it. Because this view, as you'll see, it has 3 overloads. Okay. One in, let's open this and explore it. Here you can see in one overload you can pass the view name. Okay. In another you can pass the view name with data, and in another you can just pass the model. Okay. So let's go back, and now we have given this view the name. So by default it will go inside this block always. Okay. And it will try to find the view name with the name that you have given. So another index is present. Let me just copy and paste this code from here. So it will say another index inside block. That's it. Now let me save both of these pieces of code. Let me stop the execution, run it again. Now our code is running. Let's go back to our application. Let me refresh this. And the moment I refresh it, you'll see another index inside block. Okay. So for now, what we have done is by default, we have seen that it will always return the view with the same name as the action. And you can also choose which view you want to return by simply giving the name of the view. But you want to return a view from some other folder. What if you don't want to return view from this folder and you say, Shabazz, I don't want to return from here. I want to return view from some other folder. Okay, you can also do that. Now to do that, let me first quickly go here. Let me remove all this code and just write some small piece of code so that we can easily identify what we are trying to do. So home index, let me just write home index. Okay. Now, how can I call this home index from this block? We can do that by using the same view, but instead of passing the name, we will pass the relative path. Now, what is a relative path? Well, relative path, okay, let's see and then understand. So what I'll tell this, by default, we know that it will always go inside this block folder. Okay, so once the view discovery mechanism is inside this block folder, I will tell go back to your parent folder. That is, go back to the views folder. This // means go back to your parent. So this block will go back to its parent folder, that is views. And then I'll tell from there, go to home and then load the index from home, / and then I'll tell that inside home, load this index. So I'll just write the name of the CSHTML. That's it. I'll save it, stop the application, run. Okay, so our code is running. Let's open our browser. Let's refresh this. Now you can see that we are pointing to home index. Okay, so this is how you can use relative path to get views. Simple. Now you say, no, I don't want view from this views folder itself. I want views from some other folder outside of this view. So that is also possible. Let us create another folder which is in our parent directory, and let's name it something, whatever, like root home. Okay. Now inside this, let's add another view. Let's call it root home.cshtml. Okay. Now in this, I'll write just a header. So I've just written, return this root home and nothing else. Okay. So how can I access this? Well, it is simple. I'll simply tell this controller to go parents folder. So which means that this block will go to views, and then it will again go to the views parent folder, which is this application folder itself. And then after that, I'll tell that once you are in our parent directory, which means this entire directory, go to root home and then get me this root home.cshtml. So remember, when we write this relatively, we don't have to give the path cshtml. Okay, so let me save this. Let's run this. Okay, now our application is running. Let's open our browser. Let's refresh this, and here you can see we are returning from root home, and you'll see that a lot of our code is UI is missing. That is because of the shared views, which we will discuss later. So for now, this is working. Like, we are returning view from home as well. Okay, now if you don't want to use this relative path, you can directly give the path and it will still work. So how can you directly give the path? You always have to start your path from this folder. Okay, so suppose if I want this root home, so I'll write this root home slash and the view that I want to return. So I'll write simply here root home slash root. So now when I am not giving a relative path, I always have to give this CSHTML extension. Okay, now once this is done, let me stop this and I run this application again. Okay, it's running. Let's go back to our browser. Let's refresh this and you'll see it still works. And similarly, you can also return the view from any of these folder by using this path structure. So views, and suppose I want to return this blog index, so I can simply write here blog slash index, and since this is not relative, CSHTML. So when you are writing relative path, you don't have to give this CSHTML. When you are writing complete path, you have to give this CSHTML. Okay, so now what I am telling, and always when you are writing complete path, the complete path should be from the base folder of your application. Okay, so you have to start your path from any of these based folders. Okay, so I have started from views, then I went inside blog, and then I'm telling give me CSHTML index.cshtml. So let's stop this. Let's run this again. Okay, now let's open our browser. Let's refresh this and it works. So these are the different ways using which you can return your views, and then you can make your views also. Okay, now this was all about views and how can we discover views. Okay, and I have tried to keep this video very small, and now you'll see we are yet to pass data to these views, and to discuss that I'll take another video because this is getting really long. So let's end this video here, and I hope this was clear. If not, please comment and I'll try to explain it to you. And yeah, let's wrap it up. Have a great day ahead, and bye bye.